Happy to Be Here is brought to you in sponsorship with Delicious Hamburgers. Did you know Delicious Hamburgers and Fries are the freshest in Spokane? That's a fact. Delicious Hamburgers have never been frozen, and that's because it tastes better that way. Think about it. There's not even a freezer in the restaurant. What? Delicious fries are always made to order and never sit under a heat lamp. When you order them, they cook them, you eat them. That's how it works. It's differences like this that you can truly taste. Next time you're craving the freshest hamburger and fries, head to the corner of Augusta and Division and ask for the Happy to Be Here combo, okay? You're gonna wanna get that. A delicious double hamburger with grilled onions, pickles, and a special sauce, baby. It also comes with fries and your choice of a milkshake. That's what makes us unique. F your Sprite. Delicious, taste the difference. What up, everybody? I just finished an interview with Topp. Man, me and Cody had a blast talking to him and learning about his life story and really everything that made him a great artist. And had a pleasure of a time talking to him. I can't wait for you guys to check it out. Check out his new single, On My Life, on Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal. Any place you listen to it, go check it out. It's beautiful. I love you guys.
See, the thing is he became a pro at it, and we can't get him to mess up no more.
Yo, I'm just happy to be here.
I challenge everybody that listens to this to get out of your shell and go do something new and fun.
Happy to be here.
Like they just slow motion.
Do you see Zach trying to pretend like he doesn't watch cake sitting videos?
Happy to be here.
There to exorcise the demons.
Wait, so your swan man is
Our Schwan delivery man that brought us bomb pops and chicken nuggets is there to perform an exorcism.
This needs to be made into a short
You
film.
couldn't make this shit up.
Yo, I'm just happy to be here.
Yes, sir.
I feel like we've met before at least once or twice.
Have we?
I swear we have, bro. I feel like we have.
Neither of us
At
would be
least
able
I've
to
seen your
name.
face at least.
We would never. Neither of us could be able to name the date and the location.
Yeah, facts. Like, I think it was like a show, maybe. I know I've seen your music videos for sure.
Okay, well, at least first time to meet and be able to chop it up and really talk.
Yeah.
Because maybe it could have been one of those times where it's like loud music, and then
Yo,
we
what's
just,
up, bro?
that's not. We can't count that.
Yeah, facts.
Yo, thank you, man. Thank you for coming through, bro.
Thanks for having me, bro.
What is up, beautiful people of the world? There goes the joint. My name is Exact Change, and I'm happy to be here today with my friend, Imperfect Cody Duncan,
Yo.
Brennan Pointer,
Hello.
and my guest, Topp.
What's poppin'?
There we go.
on,
What's
man?
up, man?
How you guys doing?
No, I'm chilling.
Fantastic, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we were just listening to your music, man. Just
Sick.
this shit is. You've been doing this for a while, man.
1000%. Yeah.
How'd you get started making music? That's kind of the thing I usually like to ask to find out kind of the origins of.
Yeah,
you
the
are.
artist. Yeah, well, I've been around music my entire life. So my dad, he was he played the saxophone his whole life in the piano. And so he had a group with my stepmom called Smooth as Jazz. And so they would like book gigs in Tri-Cities and like perform at like wineries and like stuff like that.
What?
So like he was doing that forever, and that's how he made money. And my mom was in the church choir singing, and my whole family sings and like it's art. Like, you know, music is just like is really big in our family, and we all sing. The aunties sing at all the family gatherings. We all sing together and like play guitar. Like, so pretty much forever, bro. Yeah.
So how big? You have a big family?
Pretty big family, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy.
I bet that's tight,
Appreciate
though.
you, man. Thank you.
I bet that's like having a lot of cool, just like a lot of people, especially with the music, man. Like,
Yeah.
so you got a lot of inspiration just within your own circles.
For sure.
Being young.
For
When did
sure.
you start really like trying to play music? Was that like?
Well, okay, so me, Yale, and Nobi, we're all related. So we grew up together, like literally trying to record in my dad's studio. So he would record all the local rappers too in Tri-Cities, right? And so we were like, you know what I'm saying, like 8, 9 years old, looking at these rappers come in and like record. We're like, yo, like this is sick. Like we're trying to like be in the studio, and we would try to record, and my dad would be like, nah, y'all need to find your voice. And so he would like make us sit in the room and write and like find our voice for hours and hours and hours. Wow. And then he like let us record a few songs. We shot like some videos way back in the day. We were like, 10 years old and shit. And but yeah, so I started way back then.
Wow. Shoot videos when you're 10.
Yeah, they're trash.
So, but hey, yo, I mean, it's just crazy. Like that's the beginning.
Yeah,
that's the origins of you like getting passionate.
No, facts.
About being like, yo, I'm gonna make videos. You just wait.
Yeah, facts. Damn, it was kind of crazy. It was really crazy.
That's cool. That's cool. So like Dead Rabbits and all that stuff in the Tri-Cities.
Were
they coming in the studio back then?
Dead Rabbits. What's funny is I was in a group collective called Kush Gang.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, when I was like...
You must have been a kid, huh?
Yeah, I was like 18. Nah, probably like 17, 16, 17, 18.
Yeah, I remember.
And so Dead Rabbits was around all the time. They were like the big homies and shit. And so we would like record with them, and they put me onto a lot of game. Like I definitely got a lot of my hunger and like drive from them, because they were just like, bro, like this is a grind. Like you got to be in the studio all day. And there was like hell of us just in the house. Like, so that's why like, this is where I come from,
that's
bro.
Cool.
Like that kind of energy. That's why I'm,
Nice.
The thing that really struck me was like, that your dad made you guys find your voice. Because I feel like sometimes people just jump into it. And it took me, a long time when I was rapping just to even figure out, you're trying to figure out who you are, what your sound is, what you're trying to do, right?
Yeah.
You just know you want to do it, but you haven't figured out like...
You haven't figured out your voice.
You don't know who you are.
That is crazy.
So the fact that he was just like having you guys just focus on that first is... That makes sense why you're such an amazing artist.
Thank you, bro.
How old are you?
I'm 26.
26.
I was gonna ask you, did you what age were you when you thought, hey, I found my voice?
Literally, probably when I was like 21.
And how old are you right now? You said
26.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like I had it's a long time, bro. So we were obviously I've been making music for a long time, but like I was never satisfied with my sound. And then I like figured out 2 different types of voices that I liked. I have like this really low melodic voice, kind of Travis Scotty, and then I had this like weird high pitched singy voice, and I was like, how do I combine those? And that took me like 4 years to figure out how to even do that. And so like I feel like now, and probably for about 2 years probably now, like I've been really confident in like my sound and like even my production, because I produce all my beats too. So
crazy.
Like my music, I wanted to find my voice and my production sound together and like create a whole new feeling. You know what I'm saying? So that's really what I've been focused on.
So when did you learn how to produce? Was that first or?
It came second.
I came second.
So I started producing when I was young too. So I like downloaded FL Studio in middle school and made like 1 or 2 beats, and I showed my dad, and he was like, oh, this is cool. Then I stopped. And then when I was like 20, 21, I came back, and then I was staying with my homie in Tri-Cities, and he was way better at making beats, and so he kind of like taught me the sauce. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, oh, well, this goes there, that goes there. And I'm like, word. He had Omnisphere and like all these plugins, and I'm just like going through sounds in there in his garage, like making beats and shit. And so, yeah.
That's like what we all need in life, and all young people need is like a mentor person, something that that's just doing it like you're like, damn, and then they put you on.
Yeah, facts.
And then you can do that for people.
Yeah, you sound like you've had some good mentors over the years that you've looked up to, and they kind of like were like, hey, I see something here. So that's cool.
And it's funny, I didn't even I guess that's I never viewed them as mentors, but now that I'm viewing them as mentors, like it makes a lot of sense, because I definitely got a lot of game from a lot of people. For sure.
That's
sure.
I mean, you think about like if I didn't meet this person, I didn't, it would have been a harder time or
longer time.
Yeah, because I mean, when it's somebody that you're friends with too, they can also communicate in a way that you can understand, because you guys are vibing, you're chilling, And then he's like, here, let me just, and then. Rather than if you were going to take a course or a class or something, right? Like,
And keeping you out of the studio until you found your sound is like the biggest hack right there. Like, I mean, that's crazy.
I mean, some people find their sound in the studio too.
Yeah,
you might be in there recording and you're like, all right, I like this, but I don't know. We're young. You know what I'm saying?
Things go different when you get in there. Like you can have a game plan and then you get in there and then all of a sudden just it changes.
It's not hitting, bro.
I was gonna ask you, like, so how much of when you record is impromptu, kind of just like adding in melodies and stuff like that? Like how much of that happens then, and how much of it is, or are you coming in with a full on, I know what I'm gonna do in every little spot in the song?
It's kind of like both, but like at this point, now that I know my voice and I know how I would attack a song, like I'll write it, you know what I'm saying, have the main melody in my head, and then once I lay it down, I'm like, all right, I already know what should go behind that. I know what ooh-ahs to do right here, and like so it's kind of like half and half. Like I'm kind of freestyling, but it's like there's like a section of sounds in my head that I already know, so I just pick from one. Like, okay, that would go here.
But the beat comes first,
for sure, every time.
So I always wondered if like if you could make beats, if you would like have a melody for a hook and then build a beat around that, and then that's probably just hella hard.
For someone who doesn't make beats, it's like you'd be like, oh, you'd be on to something.
Yeah,
but it don't work like that, dude.
No, because you hear the beat and that's where you get the inspiration.
Yeah.
Damn, it's just really when you have control of that entire process. That's something I've always been wanted to do because. So you produced this new All My Life. Jesus.
Me and shout out to Shane Doe. He also helped co-produced it.
Damn, that fucking song, man.
It's crazy, bro.
That's just crazy.
Always gonna count my blessing or hurt you the head. Probably gonna be hedging.
Foot on the gas, automatic. We gon' pull up with a static. Bitch, I'm a king like a ladder. Fuck around and do my dance like I'm Latin. On my life, ain't for me, it's for mine. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm leaving behind all the lies. I know these niggas be head, but nigga, we up. So fuck it, yeah, that's all I need. I'm too impatient to wait, so bitch, hurry up, cause I can just get up and leave. I know that I can get
Yeah, that's just crazy, dude. I was fucking super blown away, man, when I heard it, and it's at 90,000 plays on Spotify, man. I've played a fucking gang.
Let's
man.
go.
I appreciate your energy, honestly.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, straight up.
Do you have did you have a expectation for that song?
I definitely wanted the song to do numbers. Cause like Hills is at like 76,000, Pops and Mama's almost at 60. So I'm like, all right, well, like this is a pretty big feature. You know what I'm saying? Like I would prefer it to do better than those songs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's why I dropped it third too. But what's crazy is like I always put mad money into like promo and like playlisting. I put $0 into playlisting for this one.
Wow.
And it's like just organic. And I was just like, and I'm still trying to. I'm like, I'm not gonna put any money into it until I feel like it like super slows down. Because I'm trying to see like, okay, like this is my first time like this shit's really moving organically.
How far the organic goes.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
And that data that you get like just for yourself, you'll kind of be able to bank, and then you know, okay, last time I did 90 in this many days, it was okay.
Exactly. Yeah. So that was really cool to like see that. I was like, wow,
that's a good idea.
Shout out to Obby fans, of course.
Yo, man, that shit goes hard, dude. You know which one I was fucking super vibing to that I love was Glow. I know it's the older one, but and then you got some shit with Yell too. That's amazing. Talk about your guys' relationship in music and stuff, because fuck, I can't remember what it was called. Start with an S. What's the one you did with them, or a P or something?
Is it It's That, or is it?
It's older. It was older. It was.
How old? Like super old?
No, like
a few years old.
Few years old, maybe.
Hopped Out of Heaven potentially. I don't know. We did a bunch of songs.
Either way, it don't matter. It was fire though. Talk about your relationship a little bit and in making music and coming up and whatnot.
Yeah, so me and Yo are literally two sides of the same coin. I feel like we both got the yin and yang tatted on our arms, like, because I just feel like we're just like the same person, but just on the on the opposite sides, pretty much. Like we grew up together, made music together forever, have the same hunger and drive for this shit. Like we literally that's probably that's like my twin flame, you know what I'm saying? Like that's probably my twin flame. Like we literally are so hungry for this shit, and like I don't really meet a lot of people who are that, like, I'm obsessed, you know what I'm saying? Like it's honestly probably unhealthy how obsessed I am with this shit, to be honest. Like, and the team will tell you, Kay will probably tell you, like it's kind of crazy. Like this is all I do for real. That's all I think about. I think about the team's music or music videos. I'm like, all right, so how can we do this? What's the marketing strategy for that? Like what, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, we need to get this point across. Wait, how do we get this narrative across?
When
like
you're doing everything yourself, it's like you gotta have a big brain, man. I don't know if I can do so much shit, dude.
No,
it's fucking
facts.
insane, bro.
Facts. Yeah.
Yo, Yell got this song. What song I fuck with just recently was Creeping.
Oh, yep.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I'm just like, god damn. So and it's so cool because you guys, you guys are just, have different sounds too. So really complement each other on track.
Yeah.
So that's so cool. I was always thinking. Wondering about that because I've always seen you guys work together. I think Runaway was like the first time that I had heard you at all. Was that your first like official single, or?
I think so. Technically, I mean, like it was my first single. I got songs on SoundCloud that were out before that.
SoundCloud.
You know
That's
what
where
I'm
the
saying?
treasures are.
I even have a few videos on YouTube that came out before Runaway, but Runaway was definitely like because I had like lost my mom, and then I went to LA, and then I came back from LA, and then I lost my dad, and so like Runaway was kind of like new mindset Topp. You know what I'm saying? Like before that, it was like it was good music, but it wasn't nearly as deep and as like what I'm saying as all of my newer stuff is. And so Runaway,
that shit hit me. Yeah, that shit hit me like I remember that hook and like really that shit made me feel something. When I first heard it.
Sick.
And
hell
yeah, man. I mean, talk about a little bit about how that has kind of your mom and your dad and that whole thing has kind of like
affected
my
life. Yeah,
your life in general.
I mean, it's crazy to be honest, because like I feel like that's probably one of the main reasons why I'm so hungry for this shit. Because it's like I don't have a backup plan. I don't have I still have family, but it's like when you have parents, it's kind of like a safety belt. Like, oh, I fucked up in life, I'm gonna go stay with my mom.
Yeah.
Like I don't have none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm really out here like making sure I'm going to be successful for them and for me, you know what I'm saying? And like they're really powerful in their ways, and like they influence a lot of people, and like I just feel like now it's upon me to do that, you know what I'm saying? I'm the only son that came from that. I got like 3 sisters, and nobody's our stepbrother. It's my brother though. That's my stepbrother. So I'm like the only son that came from that. So I just feel like it's on me, you know what I'm saying? Like I gotta take the torch and I just gotta like do something with it. And so like,
that's a beautiful outcome, because you kind of go one or two ways, right?
Yeah,
so to
facts.
really get that hunger, and it's kind of like a by any means necessary.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, you're a star. You're a star just by your mindset, right there.
Thanks,
you know
man.
what I mean?
Thank you.
And so we already know the writing on the wall was gonna happen, but like you're a star just by having that mindset. Like, hey, it's on me, because that's hard to take on your shoulders. So.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Man.
talk about affiliated a little bit. And,
yes, sir. Shout out the gang, Big 8s in the building. So boom.
When did you create this? Like, when did this all start? It just popped up one day. I just see it. You're just like, oh shit. Like, you become aware, but I don't know when it started.
Yeah. So it started with me and the boy Bears. So I came out to Spokane probably like 4 years ago now. About 4 years ago, and I met Beers like 3-4 years ago, and like my man's was just as hungry. We recorded a lot of the same. We used hella layers, and like what I'm saying, his music was fire. He was authentic. He's an authentic person, and I was like, word, like this guy's sick, and like and then we kind of like was just making music and vibing, and we filmed that video all day, like way back in the day. Yep. And we dropped that, and then we're like, yo, like we should like make a thing. We didn't really know what it was gonna be. It was like we should make a thing, and it even happened then. If like a few years later, you know what I'm saying, I bring my homie that I met, Northwest Kid, the producer / my DJ. I bring him on, and then Beers introduces me to Bapeface. And then shout out All Day Trey, because All Day Trey told us about Zayshawn Hayes, and we went to a Nobi show where he opened up, and we saw him, and I was like, this kid is crazy. And so we all just like kicking it at the Hill House and just like vibing and making music. And then we're just like, yo, this has to be like a thing. Like, one, because no one else has done that like this in this area or in the Northwest. And probably in the Northwest. I haven't seen it though.
As far as like a collective, there's been some, Seattle for sure, but like sure. Especially on the 509 side in general. Like,
exactly. So I was like, yo, like it's gonna be crazy. Like we're all fire artists, you know what I'm saying? We got the Shooter K, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like it was family before it was a collective, you know what I'm saying? So it just felt right. And so
and shout out to Kay, because dude,
K in a building.
We be seeing those shots, that shit on film, right? That shit was hard, dude. I was like, oh man, that cover was hard. I was like, this shit is fucking sick. And the one where your head's like fucking moving and shit, I was like, whoa, dude,
thanks,
man. I was blown away. I was blown away by that, man. And we just had Kat on here, and we were talking about film and shit. I
watched the episode today. I watched it today, Larry.
God, man, yes, that was fun, man. But I'm glad to see that that you've been, because you put, like you said, it's almost like an unhealthy obsession. But from a fan standpoint, we like, oh, thank you.
It shines through. Yeah.
We appreciate you, and that's why I feel like I saw somebody post it. I think it was Prof. I think it was from Minnesota. He said like buying one of his CDs was like streaming a song fucking some crazy amount of times. You know what I mean? So when you can like support the artist, physically, do you have anything like that? Do you have any merch or
Not
anything?
yet. So this EP that's for all these songs that are dropping, it's going on an EP, and so when my EP drops, for sure. First time too. I've never had merch. I've never
had anything for sale at a show.
Never.
Oh my
and
God, it's gonna fucking rubber band back to you, bro. It's gonna snap back, bro.
Bro.
Yeah,
definitely first time. Like never had. I've been doing this shit for like 10 years plus, and I've never had that. But like, I think it's time for like to get serious.
From like a fan standpoint, I'm like, for real, like I want something. I want like something I can have in my hand. I can wear.
I can already think of what would sell for sure is the headbands would sell.
You're right. That's coming. That's
the
coming.
headbands would sell for sure. And like you just go all out with the quality. You're like, it's silk.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? And you go in on it. And you're just like, listen, I need the 55 for it. You know what I mean? I would buy it for sure.
Hell yeah.
And just imagine all the cats at your show wearing headbands. That should be a comical.
Because then you're inspiring like fashion at the same time.
But also like it's kind of funny and cool too. You know what I mean? Like because everyone's trying to be like you.
Yeah. No, that's sick. Yeah, definitely headbands was on the list for sure.
I'm
gonna do some gloves probably
I knew
too.
I knew it was.
Definitely shirts and sweaters and shit like that. You know what I'm saying, and all type of stuff. But
jerseys too. Everything you wearing.
No, exactly.
We're gonna get the affiliated merch popping here soon too. So
who's everybody that's in affiliated? Or did you name everybody, or is there somebody that we're missing?
I think I named everybody, but it's definitely me, the boy Beerus, Northwest Kid, Bapeface, Zayshawn Hayes, and K. As of right now.
Beautiful.
That's the original members of the team.
So this is like it's not. Is it a label? Like, what do you call it? It's just.
So I've always wanted to own a label. So I think it's probably going to eventually become a label. Right now, we're just a collective, and we're just like brothers and sister, just creating art.
I love that. That's how the best stuff happens. And everything that you've done, it seems like you've just let it happen organically. Like you're talking about the idea, like we need to do something.
Yes.
And you didn't force it in.
1000%.
You just fucking 2 years later, you just kept doing what you're doing. It naturally comes together. You meet a couple more people.
Yeah.
Because I mean, when I look at like the people who have done that successfully, when you're talking like Atmosphere, Tech Nine, people like that, right? Who are just those independent artists who put together a big ass collective of just artists underneath them that are who are amazing, you know, and really that curation of being able to, the people you fuck with are dope. You know what I'm saying? Because you're like, man, there's some type of approval process here. I can't just fuck with anybody. You guys are out there. Was there any of those instances where there was people that like maybe it was just like kind of didn't fit the mold that you like have worked with, or has it just been like a 10 for 10? Like
10 for 10. I mean, like it was like I said, we were just pretty much all friends and like family before the idea of like a collective was even like, I mean, like me and Isaac, or me and the boy Beerus had an idea of doing something, but we didn't act on it until like we just looked around and we're like
everything's right here.
Yeah, like why aren't we doing it yet?
Name this,
you know what I'm
go
saying?
hard.
Yeah, so like we didn't, it was super organic, and like it wasn't like recruiting, or like we didn't like have tryouts. Like it was just like, you're gonna be in it because you're here. You're gonna be in it, and everyone's like, "Yep, we're in it."
I love that.
Let's do it.
So you haven't had that was kind of that's the foundation, but you haven't had anybody new kind of like that brought in or anything, or like I don't know. I know sometimes you fucking try to like fuck with somebody or something like that, and then it just kind of
it's kind of whack.
Just don't, maybe even they make fire ass music, and you're just like, God, this vibe I just can't fuck with.
Not yet. We gonna see. Not playing. It hasn't happened yet. I don't think it's gonna happen. But we are thinking. I'm thinking about potentially finding like we've been looking for another shooter for a while. So we would like to have another shooter and like potentially some more producers and artists and just ideas and stuff that I've been thinking about. So maybe we're thinking about outsourcing, probably not anytime super soon, but definitely for the future, because it's like, we just want to grow and like
there you go.
beat them guys, and girl.
Yeah, and I mean, so you produce, and then Northwest Kid produces. So you guys are kind of, are you just making producing stuff for yourself, or are you producing stuff for other people too, like everyone in the group?
Yeah, so Baitface, I produced his first single, Drip, and this new one that he's about to drop, I produced that one. And then the boy Barris is about to drop. He's got a project. I produced the entire project.
Damn, that's crazy. That's so dope.
that drip shit was fire too.
How do you toggle that? How do you toggle Topp as a producer and Topp as a rapper on and off without feeling like you're leaving something on the table? Like, do you get? This is gonna be a weird question. You don't give him the beats you don't use, do you? Oh shit!
Nah, I don't give him the beats I want. I would rap on every single beat that they have, but they be getting mad at me sometimes, because sometimes I'd be taking beats and I'd be like, you know what I'm saying? So I feel you, like, I don't know, like, but also I'm like, I don't know, like, I'm like I said, I've always wanted a label, so like the idea of like
it all staying
giving someone like a sound, or like giving someone like, yo, I think you would sound fire on this. Like, I love that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and it's only gonna help you for the future to do what you want to do, which is have the label, because then you'll be tried and true. It's like, you will sound good on this type of beat.
1000%.
There we go.
1000%. So yeah.
You know what's wild is like everybody in the group's got a different sound too.
True.
Which is that's like what's cool is the dynamic of how like the boy B-Riss, you know, and Zayshawn Hayes. You know, I mean, it's just like a complete camp of like different shit. Like you're gonna find something you like in every artist.
1000%. And then, you know, and then we also have like, I feel like everyone has like a similar sound, but like you said, like it's completely, you know, if you from Zayshawn to
you guys are creating, and that's the thing. When you say a similar sound, that's what you guys are creating. You're creating like a, you know, this is like a move, like, you know what I mean? This is some, like, this is a sound. Like, if they were like, oh, they got that Minnesota sound. Oh, they got that Kansas City sound. They got that Cali sound.
This is a Washington, like, authentic sound. You know,
509 sound.
That's what it's going to be, right? Because they're just going to say, this is the sound, and we got to associate it with something. This is, okay, Washington. Wow.
That's what I'm pushing for, bro.
Bro, it's unique. I mean, the shit's unique as fuck. I mean, it makes you, it's the type of music that you can't just look away from. You know what I mean? Like, I was listening to your stuff on the way down here, and it's just like it draws you in rather than making it be like, oh, okay, what is this? Immediately you want to know who it is.
Word. That's fire.
So
you've been to LA, obviously. Do you feel like you have to be like eventually be in LA all the time, or like No.
So me and Yo only moved there like I said. So we had at 18 I lost my mom's. And so we just wanted to take it super serious.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like, we were already doing everything we could in Tri-Cities, like working with Dead Rabbits and being in Kush Gang and like recording and like trying to shoot like everything I'm doing now. Like, I was already I was shooting videos with like trash cameras and like recording my collective back then, because I've been in like 5. You know what I'm saying? I've started like 6 different collectives and shit. Like,
that's the hunger right there.
You know what I'm saying?
You're just gonna keep getting it.
You feel me? Until we get it right. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
But yeah, so we was already doing stuff. But then we moved to LA because we're just like, bro, we want to like, you know, invest our life into this. Like, this is what we want. This is what we need. And our oldest sister, Day, she had lived there because she was a professional dancer. And so she had already knew a bunch of people and like shit like that. And so it was just like shit. Like, she introduced us.
There and
you know what I'm saying? Like, we can get in and link up and make music. So
day one in LA, you roll in, like, what is it? You looking for an apartment? You guys have all that figured out?
I already had the apartment. Like I said, because they knew people there. So when we moved there, our first apartment, we were roommates with Mark Rose, he plays Tupac in Straight Outta Compton.
Oh shit!
And so like that was our shout out Mark Rose.
That's cool.
But yeah, so that was our first roommate, and he brought me to a bunch of events, and she brought me to a bunch of events, and like he was
already on at that point.
This was before the movie when we had first met. He got the role, I believe, when we were still living there. So we was there for like about a year and a half, something like that.
I've never really been to LA before. I've never been to LA before. Never really been. Like, leaving it like vague. But like, it's crazy. My buddy was telling me how it's like everybody is just, it doesn't matter who you see walking down the road, people's fucking gunning for something.
No,
you know
facts.
What I'm saying?
And that's why I loved it but hated it at the same time, because it's like everyone has an agenda, bro.
Networking,
like,
just
like networking sick, but at the same time it's like everyone is willing to do whatever to get on. So they're
you think
willing
you meet
to
someone
like,
genuine. not
you know, they're not genuine. They just want to use you and da 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 da. And that's everywhere. But like LA, I feel like it's amplified, bro. It's like people go there for that. You know what I'm saying? Like people don't come to Spokane to be weird. Like people are just weird in Spokane, but people go there. What do you mean? That means the people who are super invested into that ideology go there to do it. You know what I'm saying? That means the top percenters of the people who are willing to do whatever it takes to get on.
Bro, people come to Spokane to fucking change their identity and shit. I was in LA, I killed somebody. I moved to Spokane. No, man.
That's crazy.
So how long were you down there for?
I think about like 2.5, 3 years, I think.
God damn.
Wow. And so you moved around quite a bit every year or more than? Or?
Nah, so we literally, so we're at Mark Rose's crib, and then we found an apartment like down the street from his crib, like literally down the street. And so that's where me and Yo were staying. And
what's the cost on an apartment back then?
Shit, bro. We had a 1-bedroom apartment for $1,600.
Damn.
And that was a while ago.
That was 2015, 16.
So y'all had jobs, or what was you doing?
No. So I dropped out of high school, bro. So like it was hard for me to find a job. And I'm like, where's your diploma? I'm like, bro, like I don't got one. I've never had a job before. Think about this, bro. Like I lost my mom's. My dad is somewhere doing whatever the fuck. I've never had a job before. I've never lived on my own before. Like straight from high school to LA trying to do this shit. Like I was like lost, bro.
How old were you at this time?
Like 18.
Damn.
18 what a learning lesson.
Yeah, that's
And so I had to figure out hustles, bro. So I was like making websites for companies.
Were you?
And shit like that. I was like, what else was I doing? Oh, we were Airbnb-ing out. So we had one room, but then the living room had a door, right? So it was technically, it was the 2-bedroom, but it was a 1-bedroom. And so we would Airbnb out my room, which was the living room, and I would stay in Yale's room, and like just to make money and shit like that. And like it was pretty cool for a minute.
It's like we got a guest tonight over there, like
for a month. No, like not tonight. Like they would stay there. We would get money.
For the month, it's good for 2 months.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So
because
we're
120 a night or something.
You feel me? So we're making decent money from that. But
and that apartment's now fucking $3,600 for the 1-bedroom, bro.
Probably close, or 2 G's.
Yeah, holy shit.
That's crazy. That's so you've got hustle. You had to learn. You had to grow up quick.
1,000%.
You understand why everybody's so cutthroat in LA when they can't even afford to live and shit. They're just like, bro, I'm renting out my kitchen for
someone to cook some
goddamn fucking TV show came through here cooking my shit in love, bro. I'm like, you just gotta fucking find a way to just put it together, dude. That's why people are like, bro, I'm fucking barely surviving out here. Especially like, cause it's like acting, music, like fucking commercials, like, everybody's just trying to get something like that.
Yeah.
And so explain to me a little bit why you think, like, why it's like you can just make music here and do your thing from your home base in Washington. Yep. Like, how do you do that? Just the internet?
Yeah, definitely. But I think it's also I like real life movement too. So I feel like it's the combination of both. Like you gotta have the real life movement, doing shows, and and I don't even think like the shows are that important because of the internet. But if you have the shows and you push it on the internet, it just brings the entire thing together. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God, the dude's on the internet in freaking Texas or wherever looking at you like, yo, he's lit in his city and he's got this jumping and da da da. And like, and his presence online is going crazy. Like it's all it's a perception based game, bro.
Yeah.
Well, I really think that the shows 100% is where you like create the real fans that are like have an emotional connection because they're like, God damn, I just they saw you live and now they're like, I want more. You know what I mean? Like you made them feel some type of way because you love the song.
Yes.
And then when they play the song you love live.
Yes.
And then the whole crowd going like that's it's just now you feel so invested. Like now you're a fan. Like I said, sell me some.
That's what I was
what
saying.
You got?
I'm telling you, take me back about 3 years ago. I stumbled into the Big Dipper, and this man right here was wearing a jumpsuit, one of those like mechanic suits. You know what I mean? That you with the zip up right here. You were, and you had a set, and that's exactly what you just explained. was I had no idea I was coming to see Topp, but you performed, and I mean, you said like the shows or whatever, and I could leave them. You're like a super performer, though. You know what I mean? Like you're taking it because you created the art all the way up to the point, and you might kind of release a song out there and tell yourself, okay, I got to move on to other stuff. But like the way you perform them songs, I mean, that made me a fan right away.
Sick.
You know,
Hell
and
yeah,
you were
bro.
young as hell, and it was just like it was just this crazy thing. It was at the Big Dipper. Remember that?
Damn.
That was Bendy. That was one of Bendy's shows.
Bendy's show, and you had like a quick little set.
The blue jumper you're talking about.
Yeah, blue jumper. Yes, and now he's remember the outfit.
I remember.
We have some footage.
Niggas so practical, huh? If he's better, tough is better with capitals, huh? Going to murder you niggas. Ears blocked, I ain't murder you niggas. Pull up to your seat, I'm serving you niggas. Over before you fucking know.
And you had your pant leg rolled up. So situations like that that you don't forget. You know what I'm saying? You had boots on. You had like one of them boots everybody wears, some Doc Marten boots or something with the pant leg rolled up, and he killed it. Sick. But it just it puts that thing in your brain and you never forget it. You know what I mean? So don't sleep
when
on
you
that
hear
show.
a fan, that's the thing. That's the crazy thing is when you hear a fan talk about like something that you don't even really remember.
Exactly.
And you're just like, bro, I'm so glad you
That's how
remember
much shit resonates. That's how much shit resonates with people. I left the show, and for some reason, my memory banked. Not even the performance, but what the motherfucker was wearing.
Yeah.
Okay, so just the advertisement is a funny thing,
No
and I was
facts.
sold on day one.
Word.
You know what I mean?
That's
So,
sick. Hell yeah, bro.
Just from my
I think
people.
the shows is really where people just kind of like are like, oh yeah, I heard of this guy, and then they're like,
it makes it real.
You just had
real.
one. You just had one.
especially
Lucky
when
you.
especially when they can hug you, and then you can
Get a
I
photo.
can go, what up, hey, like
Make it a whole thing, an experience.
An experience, man.
Yeah.
Like that, I feel like it's so important because then people are like, that's what really gets people to be like telling their friends, like, yo, have you?
No, I
This is
agree.
my guy. This is my favorite rapper.
Yes.
This is like one of my.
Yeah, this is like one of my people.
Yeah, exactly. I know it comes that. All of a sudden, now they're in your universe.
You're trying to
right?
break it down.
What do you?
For real.
What like? Talk about the like some of your inspirations as far as hip hop is concerned, and artists that you listened to when you were coming up that kind of inspired not only your sound but your drive too.
In terms of sound, so like, bro, like both my dad was a pastor and my mom was a pastor also. So like gospel music, crazy. And that's why I try to like, I don't use auto-tune, and I try to keep my sound authentic and make it make you feel something like on such a deep level. Like even if it's a trap song, bro, like All My Life, right? Like that's like it's a hit, right? But I still wanted an emotion to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I don't even know how to say the word.
No, it's
but,
fucking beautiful, bro. No, I know what you're saying.
You know, because gospel music, bro, I'm not even religious, bro. I'll still listen to some Kirk Franklin and it makes me cry, and I'm just like emotional, and it's like it's powerful, and I'm just like, there's something about that, like is next level, bro. So I definitely try to do that. Shout out to my mom and dad for being pastors.
So being able to take like another genre and being able to really, you know, appreciate certain things about it and take that into your music, because I hear that with your melody. So that's where you got like a lot of your melodies and stuff.
For sure. That and of course Kanye, bro, the GOAT. I think when I first started getting into like my deeper vocal sound, I was listening to a lot of Travis Scott. So definitely Travis Scott, definitely James Blake. You guys know James Blake?
How does that sound familiar? But
he was on the Black Panther album. He has a song with Travis Scott, Andre 3000, and Chance the Rapper. He's like, I don't know. He makes different kind of music.
He raps, sings, produces.
He sings for sure.
Okay.
He might produce, I'm not sure, but he definitely sings. Like vocals crazy, layering crazy. Like he's an interesting white boy, but he's fire. You know what I'm saying? He's super crazy. I love James Blake.
James Blake. I'm gonna have to check him out.
He's crazy.
So that's inspired your sound a little bit. And that's not even old stuff.
Yeah.
Like what were you listening to hip hop wise when you were younger, like 10, 11, 12, 13, shit like that?
Definitely like Tech 9 for sure. Definitely like some Hobson.
Bro, everybody in motherfucking Spokane and fucking the surrounding areas listen to Tech 9, bro.
Yeah, Hobson. It's crazy because they're not anywhere from around here, but that's just got this area.
10-9 has a wild fucking just presence here.
Oh my god.
And he's not even close.
People love him here.
Kansas City, Missouri, we're talking about. I mean,
Yeah.
like Spokane, oddly, is just this place that we all just like heard of Tech Nine for some reason.
And all kinds of shit, bro. Like Lil Wayne, of course. You know what I'm saying? That was like one of the first. Lil Wayne, I can't remember what album it was, but Nobi bought me one of his albums for my birthday, and that's like the only CD I've ever gotten. I can't remember what album it was, bro. But it was fire.
It was fire.
Who else? Everybody, bro. And even I was listening to hella hip hop. Oh, even like damn, what's his name, bro? No. I can't remember his name. It's okay. But even Nobi put me onto hella rock music too coming up.
I was just gonna say that it seems like it pulls from a different genres too, big time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Put me in so much rock. I used to be like, what are you listening to, bro? Like, this is crazy. He's like, bro, System of a Down or or Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah, because you can find these different things that in this music.
Yeah.
When did he become your stepbrother?
Very, very young.
Oh, hell yeah. So he's just been your brother for life.
Yeah, so like when we was recording music, I think he was already my stepbrother for a few years. So like I think when I was like maybe 3, 4, or 5, like something around there. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. So like we've been brothers for a long time. We used to beef when we was young because he was a only child at that point. And so like we used to beef, him and honestly my sister and him used to beef more than me and him.
Really?
They used to beef and shit because being an only child, and then now you got mad siblings and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
No, I
like,
feel
used to beef for real.
Oh yeah, it's like everything you thought you wanted. And it's like hell no.
Yeah, and then we grew up and we're like, all right, we fucked with you, bro. and
then his dad, like you've worked like on music with his dad, Shao, before too.
Yep.
Yeah, man, it's crazy when I see the music in the family like that.
Yeah.
That's what's cool, man. Like, I don't want to like, be like get my kid into what I'm doing, but I want to like open that door to music, because that's like. I don't know. I didn't have that. I didn't have like parents that were like making music or even into anywhere near the music. My mom was just listening to like not gospel, just Christian music. Like
Sick.
Put your hands up high. Like what they would do on like Harold and Kumar. Like somebody slap your leg. You
still
do
sick
some,
though. Still fine.
but I didn't find
The real truth comes out.
I didn't find a lot of that.
Actually, it was fire.
I didn't find a lot of
Let me
that.
tell you.
No, man. No, you know what I really like soul music and like shit like Rick James and shit like that, and like Bootsy Collins and just like that fucking, when you said your dad played piano and saxophone, like fuck, those are my 2 favorite instruments, man. Especially the sax, dude. Like I feel like it's the sexiest instrument, dude.
No, for sure.
I wish I could fucking like if you produce a beat and it's got a sax in it, I'm just like
yeah, facts.
done.
Facts.
Let's go.
Actually, speaking of producing a beat with a sound in it, is that most recent one you put out? What is a violin in there or what?
On All My Life?
Yeah, or maybe
it sounds like a horn.
Yeah, as a trumpet, I believe.
It's a trumpet.
It's a sample,
That's sick.
though.
Yeah, it's sick. That's sick.
Thank you, bro.
I do like that. I was gonna wonder, if you played it or not. But.
So yeah, I actually did play the trumpet in middle school.
Oh, did you?
From like 7th and 8th grade. Played the trumpet. I haven't played it in a long time.
Have you done any beats like where you like incorporate
real instruments?
Yeah,
live sounds? Oh, for sure. Like I play guitar too, so like I play guitar on a lot of my beats. I play piano.
That's crazy.
The bass on some of my beats. We do live drums, like random shit. Like I'll slap a table and like I'll sample that.
Bro, pull that fucking trumpet out.
Man,
We
you
can
should,
knock
bro.
the rust off, bro.
I don't know.
You got it in there. It's just right there, just waiting.
Do you see yourself having like a live band backing you?
Yeah, I've done it before for sure, a few times.
And you like that? You like that vibe? You gotta. It's tough as a hip hop artist.
Yeah,
exactly.
It depends on what sound because I have multiple sounds. So like if I have I had an album that I was gonna do way back in the day that I was doing a lot of songs with the band that me, Karma, and Nobi would perform with a lot. And but that sound was more like, it sounded like it needed to be live music,
Yeah.
But this project that I'm working on now, I don't really know how I would do that with a live band, but if it can be done, then like that could be sick.
Yeah, because the sound changes.
Yeah.
When the live band, it's kind of like a
feeling.
little rendition of what you did.
Sometimes you can kind of break through some of the awkwardness by having like some sort of monotone beat in the background that plays, like maybe the drummer starts See what I'm saying? And
No, I
then,
feel you.
and then like the band's playing, and it's
Yeah.
kind of more hip hoppy. You know?
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
But I don't know. I've never done it.
Yeah.
I'm just guessing. You
No,
know?
it could be sick because you're right though. Because some bands still have like a DJ and they'll play like
Exactly.
They'll take the drums out and like maybe some things here and there and still have like the main parts of the beat play and then the drummer picks up the kick and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and it actually adds a little effect to it because, like, it's like, you know, well, from the audience standpoint, it's like a full, like the band's killing it. Like, shit, how they keep it this fucking tempo?
Because all we
but
care
really,
about
there's
is-
a backing track.
There's a backing track.
You know.
I mean, hey, you know, when I'm in the crowd, I don't give a fuck about the semantics.
No, of course, no, of course.
I'm like, this shit sounds good.
No, but like, yeah, from being in the artist's shoes, you think to yourself, oh, these motherfuckers got the juice right here. You know what I mean?
I
They
love
know
that.
how to do that.
I mean, really, it's the art of making your live show sound as good as possible. You know,
Yeah,
I've
it
had so
doesn't
many
matter.
constant struggles with sound people and fucking the shit. It's just like, Jesus.
Never stops.
One job. You got
Never
one
stops.
job. Okay, I'm just trying to rap.
Never
Just make sure my
stops.
mic works. I go to sound check. It sounds one way. I get on stage. It's way different. I'm like,
Exactly.
what was sound check? What did
Yeah.
we do? We
Yeah.
figured it out.
Those real artists will stop the whole show. I'm sure Topp will say, "Hey, listen, all right,
Yeah.
well, you need to turn my lows down because
Yeah,
you
yeah.
already know what you need."
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
facts. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy too because like it pisses me off when I like run into people who aren't as hungry at what they do as I am at what I do. Right? Like I try to calm down because like I really get pissed off with that shit. I'll be like, bro, like this is what you do and like you're not even trying. Like I'm like, come on, bro. Like I work too hard at what I do to be dealing with people who do
You're
not
speaking
care.
my language, man.
Oh,
Like it
for
pisses
real.
me off like so much.
Especially when you see that people have talent. And I'm like, man, you're just so good. Like if you just had work ethic,
Just
you would
try.
be just kill. Yeah. Oh yeah. Just a little. I don't know. Some people like I know people that are just it's right there.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I mean, everybody's got a different journey. Some people are spoiled.
This is true.
You know,
is
and a lot of that fire comes from fucking trauma.
Yeah,
it
not
comes,
being spoiled.
Yeah, it comes from fucking failing,
Facts.
right?
Yeah.
It comes from being poor and being like, fuck,
Yeah.
I'm never gonna be poor again.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
But it's exhausting, I'm sure, for you. Do you take you get an opportunity to take some fucking time off ever, or like are you
good
going all the
question.
time, or what?
The majority of the time, like I'll play PlayStation and shit.
You take a vacation? Will you fucking go somewhere and like not work on music for like a fucking weekend?
If
or
I
something?
went somewhere, I would go to make music.
Yeah,
or like
see,
I would
You
go to
use
like
it as
you're
a,
like, if
and
I went
get
to-
footage.
yeah. I'd be like, all right, I'm going on vacation, and the vacation is I got an interview lined up. I got a studio session with this guy. I'm gonna shoot a video there. I got
You know what I would love is I would love to just like go on a vacation where it was just making the music, like none of the like interview, none of that type of shit, right? But it was just like I got a spot in Costa Rica. It's in the jungle. I got
You
a
bring your
gang of
studio
weed
with you?
Yeah, I just got I got a mic like this where I can just fucking just try shit out and
Yeah,
and just create something new. You know what I mean? In a new place, because I feel like when you know, it's fucking trippy, dude. I follow this like screenwriting page on Instagram, and this dude was talking about, man, I take 8-9 showers a day. And the person was like, what? Like, he's like, no, it's not a germ thing. It's not a germ thing. He's like, when you're a writer, you get like a writer's block, and then you go take a shower, you put on different clothes, and it's like new.
Put some new
like
cologne
you just
or
get a
something.
new.
Because we've all sprayed something and been like, I'm a fucking pimp right now, bro.
Different vibe. You're just trying to change the vibe. Like you're trying to change your, your whole thing. Like get into a different state of mind. Put on, all of a sudden you're like, okay, I'm gonna put on the corduroy shorts. I'm gonna
For
put
real.
on
No,
the
I feel
fucking.
that.
Ooh,
I
some
feel
circle
that.
glasses and get back out.
So now if you could do that, but also like change your location. If you're trying to make music in the same place, the same head, you're kind of just like, oh, I'm in the same. And then you can.
No, I feel
change
that
your
though,
surroundings.
because like some people they don't cut their hair when they're making their album, or some people, like for me, for instance, I like to. It's probably gross to people, but like I'll sit in my same clothes and just like I feel like I have to feel like I'm going through the trenches. I'm hungry, and I'm like I
something's
stink,
not
but I'm in the
done.
studio, like that. Like I don't know, it's probably gross, but like
that's it.
No,
that's
that's
just like
tight.
that's the like Kay would tell you. Like I be wearing the same clothes, like, and I'd be like, I have to wear these. Like I have to feel like I'm grossed out with myself, but it's like, but let's get it. Like
And
I'm
this
in the
is when
studio,
you're in like
going
creation
crazy.
mode.
Yeah, facts for sure. Like but I'm always in creation mode, almost. Like I'm literally, I wake up every day and I'm creating something.
It sounds like you got a lot of switches that you got to flip though. You're like, okay, I got to be in marketing mode.
Yeah.
Okay, I got to be in,
yeah.
Creating probably is a huge part of it, right? Because you're either creating opportunities or you're creating music or you're,
Yeah. But yeah, no, I feel that though. That idea of changing clothes and showering, like
that's wild. Yeah, I never
you
would have thought
trick
about
yourself, man. It's like that's interesting. It's all programming. Like what things trigger your programming to feel a certain way? You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's got it.
Sometimes this shit just gets stale. Like you're just kind of like, I don't know. I feel like people get jaded in life. We all get jaded in life, and it kind of just becomes, we have to like force ourselves out.
Yeah.
To switch it to like upset the fucking, you know what I mean?
The
or
algorithm.
Like, or shake it up. Yeah, you know what I mean? Where it's like, oh shit, because humans, I feel like we just need new experiences and that's why I was wondering, because I know that like one thing that I've found to be helpful is like just travel, like new surroundings will inspire new feelings.
Ideas and stuff.
Yeah. Because really, like a lot of times music is like a feeling, right?
Yeah.
Like you hear that beat and you start, it just, I don't know. That's like the beauty of music is when you hear a beat that you're in love with. I'm sure like you made this On My Life shit. You hear this, you're in that infant stages of coming up with that hook. A foot on the gas automatic. And he's like, oh, that's okay. Yeah. And then it just becomes this like feeling. And I'm sure a lot of the songs that you made have all had these different feelings.
Yeah, 1000%. No, I feel that a lot.
That's dope, man.
Interesting. Yeah, we were actually in Idaho when we made that song at Sherman's crib. Sherman, yeah. So Sherman is actually, I met Abby through Sherm and kind of through Sherm and Isaac. So Sherm invited Isaac. Isaac invited me to this like week studio session with Abby, me, Shane Doe, the Boy Bears was there. Like there's a few people there and like we were just vibing out, just cooking, and like that song was one of the ones that came from that cook, and I was like, I'm taking this one and I'm dropping it.
Good Lord.
And then literally I was like, Abby, look, because Abby had a show in New York like a week or two later, and I was like, look, Abby, if I fly to New York and meet you there during your show, like, are you down to be in this video? He was like, yeah. So we flew to New York 2 weeks later. Song wasn't even mixed. You know what I'm saying? Went there, shot the video, came back. I've been sitting on that shit since 2021. And
wow.
It finally came out. So
that's crazy. Talk about like investment, like at that infant stage. Like you just knew you're just like, these steps have to happen.
Oh, for sure.
Like I'm going to New York.
Yeah. Never been before too. Before that.
You're really sure of yourself. Like know this is not an if, it's a win.
Yeah. Yeah,
I could see that.
So
because, move,
bro, like because like Karma too. It's crazy how many fucking dope artists come out of Tri-Cities.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know.
Kind of like this small spot. It's like not, I don't even know where it like
comes from.
Well, I guess it's 3 cities.
Yeah. So I'm from Pasco, but yeah, it's 3 cities. So like if you combine all 3 of them, then it's kind of big.
Is it still not Spokane big?
I don't think so. I don't think so. The population is growing though, for sure. Like it's way bigger than when I was growing up.
The fact that you guys, it's a smaller spot, and there's just already been so much talent that comes out of there. Like when did you meet Karma? Like when did did you meet him through Nobi or like?
Yeah, so Nobi and Karma went to school together. So they, and then me and Yale went to school in Pasco. Karma and Nobi went to school in Richland. They went to Hanford, I believe, Hanford High. And so Nobi came up with him rapping all the time, going to all the house parties on that side, rapping. Me and Yale came up rapping all the time on our side, Pasco, rapping all the time and shit like that. And so we just kind of brought it together and was like, yo, like y'all are known, we're known. We're already basically homies. You're homies with my brother. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like we're already family pretty much. Like, let's just do a thing.
I love that. Talk to me a little bit more about like Tri-Cities, man. Like I don't really know much about it. Like what like was there any type of a hip hop scene there, or what was that like when you?
There definitely was a hip hop scene there. It wasn't like there's definitely people like I said, my dad was recording all the local rappers and shit like that. Yeah, so like there was definitely a hip hop scene. It wasn't super strong though.
I remember Dead Rabbits. I remember like hearing that name. I like. Yeah. Had a homie from Tri-Cities.
And that's so funny that you guys brought that up, bro.
Well, David's my cousin, actually.
Oh, shit. He was just out here. He took me to some show.
Yeah.
It's some DJ show. Yeah, some EDM show actually. Like that's
Yeah,
that's the big homie. So he brought me. He was like, I wanted to show you this, so like
I didn't
you
want
could
to
take
say,
some
but
inspiration from this.
Yeah, he's like my cousin. Yeah,
That's what's up.
ever
That's
since I
fire.
was a baby. Yeah.
Wow.
I have family on the Tri-Cities.
Small
We probably
world.
know a lot of people.
Yeah, probably most likely.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But what I can say about the Tri-Cities from not living there is going there was always like hella culture going on, but like if you weren't like mixed in it every day, you would kind of miss it. It would almost seem like nothing's going on. You know what I mean? Doesn't
That's
it kind of
probably
seem like
everywhere, kind of. Even Spokane.
That
like,
is true.
Like
Spokane's
when you're
big on
not going to the shows or like talking to people or going to these events, you kind of feel like there's really nothing happening.
Yes,
Like,
but there is though. Low
but
key,
there,
like,
there's
down,
things
yeah.
happening. Like,
Yeah,
maybe not on a major scale, but it's still going.
Oh,
on.
there's so many good restaurants and events and just people. I feel like it's easy to. I feel like we just sabotage ourselves. You know what I'm saying? You just got to get out there. Like just get out, and then you'll be like, oh, this is fire. Like there's a lot of cool spots out here.
Definitely, a lot of cool artists.
Bro,
cool
look
people.
at this. What the fuck is this, bro? This looks like a fucking mushroom I ate one time, dog.
I
This
mean,
look
there's
like
a lot of
fucking-
people in here that want to smoke. You know what I mean?
Yo, I just want to say.
You said you. I told you I brought a bat, baby.
I want to say.
yeah,
I
let's
do
go.
want to say. Okay, this episode will be dropping on 420.
Oh,
Let's go. Let's go.
go. You got more weed?
So we smoking for the future.
So exactly. So if you're watching this podcast, smoke
I'll
with
roll
us.
another
man.
bat. Shit,
Hell yeah.
that's a finger, baby.
Oh yeah, don't throw it in the holes. Oh, damn, you gotta be careful.
Oh shit.
But shit, man.
But yeah, Tri-Cities.
the boat
kinda- it was
shows,
kinda
man.
whack.
That's what they'd be like. Go to the boat
I
shows.
never made
That's
it
what
to
they would
that.
tell me.
Yeah,
Go to the
I
boat
never-
shows.
Yeah, we performed at one, I think 2017 or 16. That was
For
pretty
real?
sick. That was like, I guess that's pretty cool about Tri-Cities. But like, other than that, like, I don't know. When I was growing up, it was mad desert. There was way less people. All we had to do was party and like, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
get in trouble and shit like that. You know, I'm sure it's probably different now. I like visit, but I don't really be out there like that no more. So
How long you been in Spokane for?
living here probably about like almost 3 years now. Like living probably around 2.5.
You
know what I'm
like it
saying?
here? This is
There's
home,
money to be
or-
made. There's things to be done. There's more people to promote music to. Like
Yep, it's growing.
There's more rappers to make beats for. Like there's more people to shoot it. Like 'cause that's the thing too. Like there's way less people who take it serious in in Tri-Cities, and there's more people who kind of take it serious in Spokane.
True.
So like
Okay, that makes sense.
that's another reason why I'm here is like it's just there's more people who need people like me. You know what I'm saying? I'm going where I'm needed. I'm needed here.
No, it's like in Tri-Cities, there's a lot of people, maybe even talented, or people that are just like, oh, I rap, I do this, I do that, but they're not like, I'm not gonna like.
And I know most
pursue
of
it.
them. You know what I'm saying? I know most of them, so I know like you're probably not, you know, gonna want to do this for real. Like I'm gonna want you to do this, or like how you should be doing it.
And you can waste a lot of your time trying to convince people that they should be, you know, that
Bingo.
yeah, that you
Come
could,
on,
that
man.
you could, that hey, you could,
Bingo.
and then when you start taking that energy back and being like, well, I'm just gonna,
yeah.
now you're like the
Yeah.
ball's rolling.
A lot of the time when you be saying you talking to yourself. You know what I mean? Like you trying to get somebody to get shit going, but you're really projecting what you should be telling
That's
yourself.
a bar.
You know what I mean?
That's a
like,
bar.
No, I'm just saying because I
Yeah.
catch myself doing it constantly, red in
Yeah.
the face, trying to convince somebody something. I'm like, oh, I'm talking to myself right
Yeah.
now.
It's not even for you. It's not. This
I
isn't
really
even
don't
for
care
you.
if you
This
do
is
it or
for me,
not.
bro.
I'm talking
Yeah.
to me. God damn.
I feel that.
You know,
I
so.
feel that.
Is it like is it for like as far as the collaboration process, is it easier for you to write in a room with the people that you're collaborating with, or is it easier for you to like take it home on your own time and kind of get in your own zone? Or is it both?
Definitely both. But I do like people being like, I don't even like sending beats out to people, bro. People like send me a pack. I'm like, nah, bro. Like I gotta feel what you gonna talk about on this beat while
To
you're
know
in the
before
room.
I wanna give it
Like
to
I
you.
like that energy is important to me. Like the face to face energy. Like that's super important to me. Like I don't know. Like if, I know hella people want me to send them packs, but I'm like, nah, bro. Like I don't know. Like, and it's also easy for me to convey how I feel and like the energy I'm putting behind it when you're right next to me. You know what I'm saying? Like if I send you a pack, you might not fuck with a beat, but if you're sitting next to me, I'm like, yo, but you hear this 808? No, you feel that right there? Then you might, like, oh yeah, it is kind of fire, and then like come up with their hardest verse or some shit like that. Like,
No, you can really. That's the best way to collaborate is just when you're in person. Now that's interesting, man, because I know sometimes it can be hard because it's like, we got this session, we're gonna make music, and like, Are you pretty good at making music like on the spot?
For sure.
Damn. Dude, that's fire.
So we used to have like hella parties at the Hill House when we lived at the Hill House with me, the Boy Bears, and All Day Trey when we lived there. Hella house parties and shit. And like all I would do is make beats during the party. Like you would come in the room, you go through the kitchen, come in the room. There's like 20 rappers in there, all rapping over my shoulder and shit. I'm just making beats like on the spot, like. Oh, sick. So like, yeah, definitely.
So what's up? Y'all still doing shit like that now, or you know?
Yeah, it's gonna start up for sure. So we got a new crib, fat backyard. So we want to like put events on, shows, parties, like.
What side of town?
Create the culture. What's up?
What side of town is it on?
It's literally 4 minutes
that way north.
I don't know where we
Just
are,
around here
but yeah, it's literally 4 minutes
away.
away.
That's cool.
Yeah, we don't live far.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. Because and summer's coming, man. We fucking trying, man. We're trying. I'm looking at the 10-day forecast, like, god damn, bro. Like, why is it still 32? Like, I'm just trying to get some sun. Everywhere in the Midwest, everywhere around is like, oh, heat wave. I'm like, bring it, motherfucker. Shit. It's like highs at 55, and the weather fucks with me too because it's just like, oh, it's gonna be 72 next week, and I'm like, all right, bet. And then I look at it again like 3 days later, it's like 56. I'm like, what?
This is slowly declining.
Bro, what happened? And I know I'm gonna be bitching when it's 95.
No, fact, every time, bro.
I gotta bring myself back to right now. Like, you ungrateful motherfucker.
I feel that, bro. I love the sun, but then it be getting hot. I be like, damn, bro.
I'm looking forward to you guys putting on some events there because I definitely would love to come out there and hang out.
Me too, big time. I want to see you again live.
Hell yeah, bro. So definitely trying to do all the things, bro. So like I'm just trying to like literally do everything that's in my power, which is I feel like all of us have so much that we could do, but like we like the whole conversation. Some people don't want to do it. Some people, you know what I'm saying. So it's like I feel like if anybody applied themselves at the level that all of the greats applied themselves, then we could all be great. You know what I'm saying? Very not easily, but kind of easily in terms of like just doing it. You're gonna get farther just doing something than not doing anything.
No,
so
I do.
Like,
I read like I'm in sales, so I read a lot of like sales books and shit like that, and a lot of it's just like persist until you succeed.
Yeah.
And a lot of people just don't have the will to persist, or they do, but it's just like, I don't think that's gonna pay off. And then it's the crazy motherfuckers who are like, well, I'm gonna fucking keep going.
I took 30 L's, but this 31 is gonna be hit. Like,
and that's another thing that they say too, is that like when you are able to take your brain and look at things as like really as like L's as lessons rather than failures.
Yeah.
Then now you have a power where things can't defeat you, and it's just a matter, like you said, it's a matter of time. It's not if,
it's when.
Because when you're putting in the work and you're making music like this, it's just a matter of time. So I'm glad to catch you on the rise so early on this podcast.
You're a superhero, dog.
For real. For us, man.
And you know that. It's just a matter of convincing everybody else that. So
1000%. And that's the process right now. So, you know what I'm saying? EP soon-ish, probably like a few months. I got one more single from this EP gonna drop. So I have 4 singles. Like I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna just do 4 singles, 4 videos. Like who cares? Like,
Oh, beautiful.
The EP's gonna drop, and then affiliated. You know what I'm saying? We working on a project together, so be.
So
be
you guys
on the
will have
lookout.
like a project.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, I'm looking forward to
drop
that.
it in unison to where it kind of keeps that ball rolling.
1000%. So affiliated project coming. Everyone in the game, Baitface got singles coming. He's got a video and a song coming soon. The boy Beerus is about to start dropping. He's got a project. Jason Hayes is about to start dropping. He's got a project. So everyone's just on full go mode, bro. Like this year, we're trying to just flood everything and just like take and just I don't know, just
Please
do everything.
That's just really what it is, because the city just needs more hungry people just creating great shit, because Spokane is like slowly turning from this just like, what was this, just I don't know, I don't want to fucking say it, right? Like just a bunch of white dudes fucking doing whatever, bro. It's just kind of like that's what when people thought about Spokane hip hop, they're just like, oh
no, I've even gotten that too. They're like, you rap and you're in Spokane. They're like, I know this
like
white
actively
dude
changing like the perception of like, nah, they got fire music. Because that was the kind of the thing. A lot of people, it was just the music was kind of like, oh, okay, all right, that's the Spokane sound.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there was that.
The Spokane sound, you know?
Yeah.
And so it's almost kind of like, you know, that's Seattle's little special friend over there. Like, like, oh, you from Spokane, okay. So now it's like, get the respect. You know, second biggest city in the state.
1000%.
Right? And you're a part of that. And we just was so blessed that you brought that from Tri-Cities over here and you didn't go to Seattle, you know, fucking make this city as great as it can be, man.
Yep.
Shout out to Spokecast, fucking putting on these podcasts and helping out fucking Spokane being as cool as it can possibly be.
Like even you guys, bro, like the podcasters and the blogs and like this is important because like we need to be able to talk about this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because like we got to tell the story. Who's gonna listen if we don't have an outlet to tell the story?
That was it. When I was just thinking when I made this podcast, like if I was coming into Spokane and fucking I needed to find out the coolest shit going on, where would I go? I don't know.
There was nowhere.
Let's start it, you know?
There was nowhere. Now there's a few podcasts. Like I'm doing a podcast run. Like who thought you could do a podcast run in Spokane? You know what I'm saying? Like
it's crazy.
Now it's happening. You know what I'm saying? So it's beautiful, bro. Like everyone's playing their part. Everyone's playing their role. And this is what it needs to be. More collaborative energy. And then I just think it's going to take off, bro. It's gonna be beautiful.
Let people know where they can find you on the socials and all the places.
Instagram, Twitter, @IAM_Topp. YouTube, type in Topp. If you want to, YouTube did this weird update. So like, if you type in Topp_, then like more of my shit will pop up. I'm not sure why that happened. Yeah, on there. Yeah, Spotify, Apple Music. Just type in Topp, TOPP. I should pop up. Yeah, bro. Be on the lookout. Shit's coming. I'm not going to stop this year. You know what I'm saying? I'm not stopping. This is definitely my year. I feel that. And yeah, it's just going to be lit. Thank you guys for having me on, bro.
Of course, man.
Absolutely.
Topp, ladies and gentlemen, go check out On My Life, brand new single out, fucking hitting 90K on that motherfucker.
Yes,
you know that shit's fire.
Sir. Hell yeah.
Yo, go check it out, man. Thank
Big
you.
Big Eights affiliated in the building. We taking over. Let's go.
All right, guys.
Okay.
Happy to be here.
You, Peace. Appreciate you, G.
Appreciate you, man.
Sweet.
Yo, I'm just happy to be here, breathing this fresh air, living my best life, even when the shit ain't fair, even when the love ain't there. Yo, I'm just happy to be here, smoking some good weed, not thinking what could be. I'm just here in the right now, doing me till it's lights out. Yo, I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah, cause I know that shit could be worse. So what I spit in these verses gon' make some history first.
Show 'em I'm happy to be here, I'm living my best life.
Yo, you living without fear?
You wonder what that's like
a breath of some fresh air.
Yo, I'm just happy to be here.
The majority of the time, like I'll play PlayStation and shit.
You take a vacation? We fucking go somewhere and like not work on music for like a fucking weekend?
If I went somewhere, I would go to make music. Or like I would go to like.
You're like,
if I went to footage.
Yeah. Like, all right, I'm going on vacation. The vacation is going on vacation. The vacation is PlayStation. Like I'm obsessed.
Going on vacation. The vacation is
PlayStation.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's honestly probably unhealthy. I got an interview lined up. I got a studio session with this guy.
You know what I would love?
PlayStation.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because I definitely would love
PlayStation.
Motherfucker.
I'm grossed out with myself, but it's like, but let's get it.
Put your hands up.
Facts. Up.
Let's get it.
Put your hands up.
Yeah.
Facts.
PlayStation.
Facts.